Chineke na nke igwe biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt spiritual wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafran bụ ekwensu bụ zu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na-eji mma mgbe niile n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi si gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị nyefere nwa akpụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ ha wee daa hapụghị ikunye ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọkwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana nwere onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị mara onye ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị ise. Having handed over our proceedings to heaven, we must therefore proceed.
If you're joining me from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from America, or from Australia, I thank you very much for your contributions on my channel. Thank you for being there for me all the time. I really appreciate you. Thank you for all your comments. Always go to the comment section and feel free to express yourself the way you want it. Give your contributions. We are learning from each other and we are looking for solutions together. Nobody knows it all. We are all bringing our suggestions together to be able to find a way out of this contraption called Nigeria. We are all asking for referendum. That is the most important thing. We are asking for referendum for us to have that very freedom to decide our fate. That is what we are asking for. We are not hating on anybody. We are not preaching any hate speech. We are not talking down on anybody. We are not after any particular ethnic group in particular. We are not chasing after anybody. But those who say we will not leave, we will not be silent. We will continue to speak out and say it the way it is. What we are saying that you have to leave and let's leave. Leave and let's leave. That's all we ask for and nothing more. And for those who have said that they will not allow us to leave, we will not be silent. We will continue to air our opinion. We will continue to tell our story, the exact story and the truth, nothing but the truth, without trying to be politically correct, without insulting anybody, without looking down on anybody. We say it the way it is. What we see happening in Nigeria is not a child's play. The situation of that contraption called Nigeria is not a child's play. Each time you see people talking about one Nigeria, you don't know what they are talking about. Look deeply. Those who are preaching about one Nigeria, look at them properly and see whom they are. Look at their profile and see who they are. Many people who are supporting one Nigeria are doing that for one reason, either for their selfish interests or trying to protect the loot that they have looted from that very contraption called Nigeria. The contraption called Nigeria is not doing anybody any well. It's not doing anybody any good. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. That contraption called Nigeria is not doing anybody any good. And it is a shame when you see people begin to come out to still talk about one Nigeria. What Nigeria are you talking about? What one Nigeria are you really talking about? Is it a one Nigeria that you're going to build on the blood of the innocent? That is exactly what has been happening in that very contraption called Nigeria. Each time you hear them talk about one Nigeria, the only thing they use to unify themselves and call it one Nigeria is the blood of the Biafrans. Their one Nigeria is built on the blood of the Biafrans. And each time they preach one Nigeria, what they are calling upon is the killing of Biafrans, the genocide against Biafran. That is what they are promoting. That is why you don't have to be silent. If you are really human, if you are human and you have human feeling and you are sincere to yourself, do not say anything about one Nigeria. Anybody promoting one Nigeria, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion. You might be from the southeast, you might be from the southwest, you might be from the south, you might be from wherever you come from or any part of the world, and you are promoting one Nigeria, you are actually promoting a genocide against the Biafrans. Each time you hear about one Nigeria, there is no other procedure they are putting forward to make that Nigeria one. There is no process they are putting forward to make Nigeria one, except to kill the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo-speaking Biafrans. Each time you hear them fighting for one Nigeria, they are capitalizing their fight on the blood of the Igbo-speaking Biafrans. Igbo-speaking Biafrans, those are the people they are capitalizing on to take their life, as many life as they can. You can check it from history, from the onset. Whenever they talk about their one Nigeria, the attack is always on the Igbos. You can see the interview that was granted to Mohammadu Buhari very far age ago, long time ago. What did he say? The white man that was interviewing him recognized the obsession of the Northerners against the Igbos for no just cause, only because they are hardworking. Only because they are hardworking. That is the problem. When you talk about one Nigeria, each time you hear one Nigeria, from the onset, they are talking about the killing of the Igbos, the genocide against Igbos, how to destroy Igbos. That is exactly the true meaning of one Nigeria. That is why we cannot be silent. We can never ever, no normal human being will support one Nigeria. It doesn't matter if you're Yoruba, if you're Igbo, if you're Hausa, whatever tribe or religion you belong to. If you really have the fear of God in you and you have conscience, you will never support one Nigeria. You will never. Thank God for our brothers, the Yoruba brothers, the Duduwa brothers have realized the mistake, and now they are speaking the right word, asking for self-determination for everybody, asking for referendum for everybody, that we all have to go our separate ways, because we cannot continue to build a one Nigeria on the blood of the innocent. Each time you hear about one Nigeria, what you have to come to your mind is genocide. The first time they tried about one Nigeria, you thought about the issue of one Nigeria when you saw Chuks went for revolution. Chuks went for a revolution with the good intention of bringing the one Nigeria together. How did it end up? They twisted the revolution to be an Igbo coup. They twisted it to be an Igbo coup. The next thing they did was to go against the coup, because people who lost their life, eventually, we are the monsters. You see people come to make argument and say, but no one was killed in the southeastern part of Nigeria. At that particular point in time, Michael Okpara, who was in charge of the southeastern part of Nigeria, has the best economy moving at that time. How can you kill a man that is running the best economy at that particular time in the whole of Nigeria? He was running the best economy. But let's not go into that, because they will never agree with what I will say. But we will tell the truth and the story how it all happens. Then what happened? The coup also was stopped by somebody from the southeastern part of Nigeria, a Biafran. A Biafran was the one that ended the coup. They ended the coup, all in the name of one Nigeria. What ended up in one Nigeria? They came back again with a counter coup to build their one Nigeria. What did the counter coup do? To take away the life of innocent Biafrans. All the military officers in Biafran, innocent citizens of Biafrans, people who were even coming from abroad, who didn't know anything about what is happening in Nigeria, were murdered. Children were killed because they were trying to establish one Nigeria. Because they were talking about their one Nigeria. Innocent lives were lost. Today, the funniest thing is that those people who killed innocent people are still alive, being celebrated as heroes in your one Nigeria. And they are the people promoting one Nigeria. Those people who has killed innocent lives, they are the people you see their pictures everywhere, naming places after them. You see your international airport. Go and read the history of that Mohammadu Buhari, what he did. The kind of murder he committed, the people he killed, all in the name of that one Nigeria. The blood of the innocent that he shed. Each time you go to that airport, remember the blood that was shed. You will regret why that place was named on that kind of a monster's name. But this is the one Nigeria they are preaching that you should hold on. The next time again they talked about that, they talked about that very genocide. They killed a lot of people. They killed a lot of people. All in the name of keeping one Nigeria. What happened? Ojukwu came up. In order to secure the eastern region and secure the life of the Biafrans, Ojukwu came up and called them back home, that people should come back home where they will have safety. They return back home. Ojukwu made another move again to unify with this one Nigeria. To see if this one Nigeria could work, Ojukwu made a move. Went to Aburi for discussion. Ojukwu knew the monsters he was dealing with. Then he refused to meet with them anywhere in Nigeria. Ojukwu told them to their face he cannot meet with them anywhere in Nigeria except in a neutral ground. They went to Aburi in Ghana. On reaching to Aburi, everything was placed on the table. Ojukwu made his demand. Regional government, people should go to their region and govern themselves. The West should govern themselves, the East should govern themselves, and the North should govern themselves. That the country should return to that regional government, this very thing that they are asking for today.
But at the end of it, I don't want to go because these things are all, the tapes are available, the records are there, In fact, only about 2 weeks ago, I saw a set of the records again. The transcripts are available. But we talked about the Nigerian situation. And certainly, at the end, everybody says, oh, you told them this, you did that. The fact was that our case was so clear that I actually believed at the end of Aburi that the problem was not Gawan, but probably some ambassadors in Lagos who were pressing for something else. Because we understood each other. We agreed on every single point. The drafting was, in fact, my chief secretary with 2 other chief secretaries from the other side. They said, no, no, no. And drafted and agreed. We looked at it, we agreed. General Ankara read over the whole report again to us at the end. Asked us if we wanted to amend anything. No. At the end of all that, the position was so good that actually Ankara drove Jack, Gawan and myself to the airport. Jack was sitting on his left, I was sitting on his right. He was in the middle. And in the course of that journey, at a point, General Ankara shook his head and said, oh, thank you. Thank you. If only we can go on like this, everything would be all right. I believe I was the one. As I do now from time to time, I go for the dramatic. Suddenly I picked up Gawan's hand, put it on Ankara's lap, brought my other hand, placed it on it, and I said, General sir, hold us together, I want to say something. So General Ankara put his hand on top of the 2 hands, and I said, General, I want to assure you that I am totally satisfied with everything we said. I will even go further and say to you something I did not say at the conference, and that is that once we have implemented everything we have said, I would ask you for one favor and one favor only, and that would be to be the one to propose Jack Gawan as a head of state of Nigeria.
It was a 2-day conference of peers and old mates, but its aftermath produced even further controversy.
The very thing that the Southerners are asking today, restructuring. Ojukwu talked about that restructuring in Aburi. That was what Ojukwu fought for. Restructuring. That restructuring that Ojukwu spoke about in order to protect that one Nigeria. That one Nigerianist, they refused. Instead of implementing that to get the true one Nigeria that everybody will be comfortable with, they refused to apply it. What happened? They declared war on Biafra. They forced Ojukwu to go into war, declared war on Biafra, and they killed more than 5 million people, Biafrans. Upon the blood of Biafrans, they established their one Nigeria. They established their so-called one Nigeria that you're hearing today, established upon the blood of the innocent, children mainly, who were starved to death, not because they died in the war front. Most of them did not die fighting, not because they were weak, but they were starved to death in order to keep this one Nigeria you're talking about. And people will still have the confidence to come out today and talk about this one Nigeria. What Ojukwu saw far away, people could not see it. These are histories before your very eye to see. People deny it. They don't want us to know the truth. Today, the southern part of Nigeria is crying of restructuring. That is what is in the mouth of everybody in the southern part of Nigeria. But because of this very structuring, that is why the whole people connived together and came against the Biafrans. They came against the Biafrans, fought against Biafra because Biafra was asking for restructuring. A war was fought against Biafrans. All the tribes in Nigeria with the world powers came together to fight against the Biafrans, to destroy the Biafrans. At the end of the day, a lot of blood was shed. A lot of people lost their life. What happened? Today, where are we? They are still asking for that same thing. What Ojukwu asked for a very long time ago and they refused. In the name of the one Nigeria, spread the blood of the Biafrans upon it. They pretended they got their one Nigeria. Then everybody came back together. After we lost everything we lost, they starved us and make sure we do not succeed. But to the glory of God, Chuks, who has created the Biafrans, knows how to build them up. They took away everything that the Biafrans have. No matter the amount you have in the bank at that very time, all they gave to Biafran was $20. Those that have money in the bank. Those that are millionaires, billionaires that have money in the bank, their money was seized and they were given only 20 pounds. Biafran started afresh. People thought Biafra would not survive. But Biafra survived. For those of you who didn't know, who thought it's just a history, I'm going to share with you one of the old videos that I came across of how Biafrans came from nothing to take over again. Even when people expected they would never survive. What crime did the Biafra commit? There is no other crime that Biafrans committed, that only propaganda that was raised against Biafra, that we wanted to dominate everybody in Nigeria.
There are still plenty of Nigerians who say that the Igbos are much too clever for anybody's good. That's really the reason they fought them during the war, to teach them a lesson, to show them they could neither expect to dominate Nigeria nor set up a country on their own. There's a Nigerian joke that says that the very word Igbo stands for I before others. Certainly the Igbos are competitive and aggressive. The merest look round the market here tells you that. But these are the very qualities they need to recover from the war. No one who was in Biafra during the fighting can doubt the Igbos' ingenuity, their sheer ability to get things done. The Commissioner for Economic Development here says the Igbos can't really expect to be like the Germans and Japanese, to emerge even more prosperous from the ashes of war. All the same, it could happen. It's already said that the Igbos will reach their pre-war level of economic activity by the end of next year. So though they may be down, the Igbos are definitely not out. It really depends on the help they get from the federal government, how quickly they're able to get back on their feet again. These public executions, there have been half a dozen so far, show the Nigerian army at its toughest. In fact, the Igbos are living under a military occupation. But though the soldiers are very much in evidence throughout the East Central state, their behaviour has on the whole been good. After a few violent incidents at the end of the war, discipline has been tightened. The army's been of practical use in building bridges, though it could do more to help in the work of reconstruction. Perhaps the military's biggest contribution has been to put money into an economy starved of cash, since all Biafran currency is now useless. It's reckoned that the soldiers spend half of the £19 a month they get locally. That's very welcome, but this is still a victorious Nigerian army in which no Igbo officer who fought for Biafra will be welcome for a long time. That's true of some civil servants as well. Decree 46 makes it very likely that about 100 of them, men like Cyprian Ekwenzi, will not get their jobs back. Mr. Ekwenzi, I suppose you're a classic example of how are the mighty fallen. You were Director of Information for the federal government and for Biafra, and now here you are selling plastic bottles around the country. What's it been like for you?
Well, I don't regard myself as an example of the mighty fallen, if that's the classification. The real thing is that at the end of the war, everybody started from scratch, and nothing was too menial for anyone to do in order to raise the most difficult commodity to find at the moment, which is money. And it takes a certain amount of courage to be able to do what people do not expect you to do. And I think I've proved the point. I have proved that I can do anything. And many people regard me as an example of the Igbo man who can do anything in any circumstance to fight against any desperate odds.
For the moment, no matter how hard they try to raise themselves from the ruins of defeat, all Igbos are beggars, dependent on federal government money to get things moving again. Is it getting through?
The National Rehabilitation Commission is a bit slow and top-heavy. We are not adequately, in fact, we are not at all represented in this body. And the tendency is for them to be rather parsimonious, you know, in doling out the assistance.
But is this
for your
malice
information,
or inefficiency?
For your information, only about £3 million has been utilized so far of the 16 million voted by the federal government. Why such a small amount? I can't tell. You've asked whether it's inefficiency or malice. I don't think it is malice. I don't think it is corruption. I think it's just the civil servant's way of looking at things. He has his own way of doing things. He has no sense of urgency at all.
Enugu, the Igbo capital, now has an appalling housing shortage. So many buildings were damaged or destroyed in the war, and there are now 650,000 people living in a town which had a pre-war population only half that size. Any kind of shelter's hard to come by. To some, a derelict vehicle may be home. But the will to survive here is strong. With the overcrowding goes an ant-like energy. All the destruction of life and property is just not as crippling here as it would be in a highly industrialized society. Goods for sale spill out of the market along the railway line. Here is everything a man needs to start life again. Clothes, building materials and household goods. And with painful difficulty, the Igbos are finding the money to buy them. There are still plenty of Nigerians who say that the Igbos are much too clever for anybody's good. That's really the reason they fought them during the war, to teach them a lesson, to show them they could neither expect to dominate Nigeria nor set up a country on their own. There's a Nigerian joke that says that the very word Igbo stands for I before others. Certainly the Igbos are competitive and aggressive. The merest look round the market here tells you that. But these are the very qualities they need to recover from the war. No one who was in Biafra during the fighting can doubt the Igbos' ingenuity, their sheer ability to get things done. The Commissioner for Economic Development here says the Igbos can't really expect to be like the Germans and Japanese, to emerge even more prosperous from the ashes of war. All the same, it could happen. It's already said that the Igbos will reach their pre-war level of economic activity by the end of next year. So though they may be down, the Igbos are definitely not out. It really depends on the help they get from the federal government, how quickly they're able to get back on their feet again. Richard Lindley, News at 10, East Central State, Nigeria.
That was the propaganda the Janjaweed raised against the Biafrans. That the Biafrans want to dominate everybody in Nigeria. When they talk about Biafrans, they are calling the Igbos. They see everybody in the old southeastern region as Igbos. We know there are many tribes, many tongues in that very area. But for a Janjaweed himself see us all as one. They see us as one. They came upon us. They never knew that we were going to survive. But we survived. We moved on. We took over the economy of the country. Continue striving, continue prospering, continue helping their so-called one Nigeria to see if it's going to work out. Igbos went all the way to build mansions everywhere, to reintegrate themselves by themselves, not by the government. The government at no time never reintegrated Igbos into themselves. Nigerian government, the so-called one Nigeria, has never at any point in time reintegrated the Igbos, the Biafrans, into Nigeria. They didn't do it. They have never at any point in time rebuilt Biafra into Nigeria. They didn't make any effort. The only effort they make at every given point in time is to kill Biafrans, take their life, to build their one Nigeria. It continued and went on, not until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came on board. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came on board, all hell broke loose. Mohammadu Nnamdi Kanu, with the truth, tore the Janjaweed apart, tore the one Nigeria apart and destroyed it. And he said it, that he is going to destroy Nigeria with his microphone and the truth. And that was what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. He never raised a finger against anybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never waged war against anybody. He was only speaking the truth on the microphone. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought the message to everybody. Both Biafran and non-Biafran had him clear, and his message was very clear, bought by everybody, because it was the truth. You cannot hide the truth. It doesn't matter where you put it. It's the light. It will shine. the light that shineth out of darkness. Remember, he just called us a dot. The light that shineth out of darkness will shine again and spread out all around. Today, what is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asking for? Referendum. And the message of referendum is going anywhere. The message of referendum, which is the solution of that very contraption called Nigeria, has been preached again by a Biafran, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, that message has taken over. But the Janjaweed, the power that be, and their British Empire have refused to conduct that referendum. Today, every single soul in that very country called Nigeria have known the truth through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they know that the only solution to peace to that very contraption is what? Referendum. Even the Northerners know that, so that every region will get what they want. Those who want Sharia will have their Sharia and practice it. Those who want to have a free nation will have a free nation and practice what they want to practice. Every zone will be free. Every indigenous tribe will be free on their own. That is what the mindset of every citizen of that very country called Nigeria as we speak. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tore them apart and brought the truth. But up to now, they are still denying the truth. Trying to build their one Nigeria again on the blood of Biafrans. A lot of Biafrans are losing their life. Genocide is happening in Biafra land as we speak. Killing people on a daily basis for no just cause, for no reason, only because they are asking for a referendum. One Nigeria is not for any sensible person. If you have conscience, denounce one Nigeria. Call for breakup so that we can all have peace. Enough is enough. You cannot build any nation on the blood of the innocent anymore. We will not allow that. If you want to continue, go ahead. You will kill us, we will kill you. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God bless Sunday Igboho. God bless Biafra. God bless Oduduwa. God bless everybody that is fighting a legitimate cause of freedom in that very country called Nigeria. May Chukwuka Abiyama continue to prosper Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Give him wisdom, knowledge, and understanding wherever he is. May Chukwuka Abiyama continue to increase his anointing on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We will surely be free very soon. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. Remember blessed, and thank you for joining me. Go to the comment section, give your comment and share this video to everybody that needs to hear our voice. We will continue to tell our story, the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you and remember blessed. Bye bye. See you again on the next video.